All right, Sheree Johnson standing by live in Havre de Grace with the very latest on what's going on there. We've been in daylight now, Sheree, for about half an hour. People, I'm sure, are beginning to start moving around and seeing how things are going.
That is exactly right, Charlie, and we're here in Havre de Grace, and right now I have Harford County Executive David Craig joining me live here to chat a little bit about an update this morning. Good morning. Thanks for coming out and talking to us.
Right.
Can you tell me a little bit about how things are looking now?
Well, it's a little foggy right now, but you can tell when you drive around that the water is starting to recede. The roads will be able to be opened up, but right now the issue on reopening roads isn't the water, it's the sludge that's on there and how we're going to get that off. And then the people that live in their home, have their homes, their power was usually cut off by BG&E because they might have had a low electrical line. So I see a lot of BG&E trucks around town. So they'll probably be turning them on. They have to get validated first before they're allowed to go back to their house and turn the power back on. So things are becoming back to normal.
Excellent. And I understand, too, that the mandatory evacuation could be lifted today and people could start returning to their homes?
Yeah, the individuals will start being able to return to their homes. People who lived in the Citizens Care Center, which had about 160 senior citizens who had to be relocated, that will probably start to happen tomorrow on Sunday.
Okay, all right. And, you know, I know, would you dare to say that it's better than expected, not quite too bad?
Yeah, it's not as bad as Agnes was. Agnes was really the worst one we've ever had, at least in my lifetime. And it's not quite as bad as Isabel. So we're good. We're glad that the estimates were a little high and that we didn't quite reach those estimates.
You're exactly right. Now, also tell me, too, what advice or what do you want to tell people that live in the low-lying areas? Anything that they need to be cautious of or you know, this morning? Well,
when they go back to their house, they're going to have a lot of things, if they, you know, basements and things like that, clean them up. I can tell you, we found some dead animals in our basement that had been washed in. So, you know, you look around, get it cleaned up, air, you know, open the house up, get some fresh air in there. Be very cautious when you're cleaning up because some of this sludge that's come down here comes from Pennsylvania, might have some pollution issues in it. So be very cautious about that, and also be cautious about your electricity and your power.
Very good tips, very good tips. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. So, real quickly, we heard that about 4 roads are still closed, but at the height of this, you guys had about 20 road closures.
Right, and most of those were roads right close to the river, and the city had done a really good job in putting the barricades up for those roads. They usually have some police officers or other people, staff there that are watching those roads that were closed. And I would say most people who have lived here through Isabel are kind of used to that already.
And Harford County declared a state of emergency?
We did that a couple days ago. We knew this was going to happen. It's interesting that sometimes the state of emergency actually happens after the storm, and we're probably going to extend that again like we did the one for Isabel, because I'm only allowed to do it for 7 days, and the cleanup aspects of this is going to take a great deal of time.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. So that's the situation right now. Back to you in the studio, Charlie.